All right, so this is my quality control plan PowerPoint. My name is Mitchum. So what is a quality control plan? A quality control plan is a document that outlines the procedures and standards that a company that would need for to ensure that their product and services meet the customer's satisfactions. It's very crucial to any organization because it helps them always keep improving their products for customers and other people that want to buy them. And there are many steps, which is in another slide, but there's many steps that will keep these products from getting better from time to time. So what is relevant in a quality control plan? Quality control plans have an outline that ensure that their quality of products meet a specific standard. And quality control plans are relevant because it makes sure that the products meet the customer's expectations and requirements. It's important that quality control plans have inspections and testings to identify potential defects and make sure that their products are always up to standards. It is also important that quality control plans have a document process that records the start to finish to every product so that they can record if there's any defects or anything and make sure that they all meet the standards that they need. So why is this information important? Quality control plans are very important because it helps identify potential problems that might arise in the future, or if they have arisen in the past, they make sure they don't arise in the future. Many companies implement measures so that their future issues won't ever happen again, which is why they document these things. And also when they document these things, that it helps them make sure that they don't mess up again, so they don't pay more than they need to, and it just helps reduce costs and time restrictions in the workplace. So back to what I said earlier, what are the steps that are needed for a quality control plan? So the first step is identification of the quality standards that a company might need. And these are regulations or customer requirements, and those can be custom to the customers if they need to. The second step is that it must be monitored in some way from start to finish of the making of the product. And then the third would be creating a system to document, like I said earlier, to track the quality standards and make sure that they are up to the specifications of the customer. So the extent of testing for customers. The extent of testing for customers can vary between different industries, and it is important to put in place the customer's expectations and requirements recording the quality testing. You will first need to find the customer's specifications and standards, and then you can consider the intensity of the testing that you would want to do on the customer. And you can also implement the costs after you have done this. But in some cases, you can have like background tests and stuff that you would have to do online before, like other certifications that you might would need to go through before your company would then do their test on them. This picture up here, I kind of like this picture just because it kind of shows out what a quality control plan would need. It's like the 7 steps, I'd say. But I think they are essential for any company because it makes sure that the expectations and requirements are met every time and are kept in check for the customers. And then one of the key factors, I believe, is that efficiency. And without efficiency, it would be very, very difficult to complete and keep the products the same and good for the customers every time. And also consistency plays a huge role in all the products that are made because it keeps the customer satisfied, and it keeps productivity high, and it keeps the cost reduced as well. So an impact of a quality control plan on a project is a very crucial aspect. It outlines the processes, procedures, and standards that must be followed to ensure that the product meets the quality levels. And if this wouldn't happen, then there could be possible mess ups, and that's where the documentation comes back in, because it makes sure that things that happened in the past don't happen again, and everything just keeps getting better and better and keeps improving. They also play a huge role with time and budgeting and satisfaction into stakeholders. which is very important because you don't want to go over your budget in the construction industry because you'll just start losing money, and time is money. And it also just makes sure everything runs smoothly in order without setbacks or future problems, which goes back to the documentation. So for acceptance and rejection, acceptance is very important because it means that a product has met the correct requirements for the quality that the company or organization would want. It means that it passed all the tests for quality and reliability. But also, I think that rejection is probably the most important one because it means that the product hasn't met the standards or requirements of the quality control plan. And also, one of the most important things about rejection is that whenever you have a problem with something and it gets rejected, that means you have room to improve, and then you can ensure that it won't happen again through the documentation process. So how difficult is it to rectify nonconformities? It's definitely a difficult task, and you really need to have the whole knowledge of the quality control plan to start. So the first thing you would need is to find the root cause. And once this root cause has been identified, then you can create a corrective action plan, which would give you a step-by-step thing to follow, how to avoid it in the future, and how to not let it happen again, and how to improve on that. So my understanding of quality control plans is that I believe that it is a very crucial part of any company and organization, and without these plans, then it would definitely crumble. Quality control plans are very important for customers as well, just because it keeps the products and the things that the company would make up to standards for the customers, and it keeps them satisfied, and it keeps them happy. If something's not right, I've seen it over internships over the summer, then all hell breaks loose. So, but one of the most important things is learning from your mistakes. And that's what also goes back to the documentation within the plan, so that if you have a mistake, you can identify it, and you can fix it, and then hopefully it won't happen again in the future, in which that comes with supervision over the process of making these products. And quality control plans are really important for any project or any company that has any products that they're making for anybody. And yeah, it's very important.
Good. So you hit the time. Really good. I really liked your PowerPoint too. I thought you had a really good visual.